everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, April 17th, 2026. I'm CJ LeMaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update each and every weekday, barring preemptions for, live court cases, breaking news, press conferences, things of that nature. Thanks for so many of you for watching right now on our Facebook and YouTube live streams, also our OTT platforms as well. We appreciate all of you tuning in today to get an idea of the stories of the day. We want to first tell you that Jackson State University has a new president. The Institutions of Higher Learning has chosen Dr. Denise Jones Gregory to be JSU's next leader. Now, this decision wraps up an 8-month national search. Gregory, now the university's 14th president, and if the name sounds familiar, if she looks familiar, that's because she served as interim president since May of last year. She previously held the roles of provost and vice president of academic affairs at JSU. Dr. Stephen Cunningham with the IHL board and the chair of the search committee says that the board is confident in Gregory's ability to lead the university's next chapter. Gregory is also a JSU alum. She graduated back in 1994. She was selected from a pool of nearly 80 applicants. Now we're learning more about the growing frustration at the state capitol after lawmakers failed to override the governor's line item vetoes, cuts that Jackson leaders say would have funded major projects tied to safety and the economy. Earlier in the week, during the final day of the session, House members made a last-ditch push to restore money that was vetoed from several bills. The Jackson delegation says the cuts hit funding for the Jackson Convention Center, the Jackson Airport, and also surveillance cameras intended to help reduce crime in neighborhoods around the city. Representative Justice Gibbs says without resources, leaders are stuck having those same conversations.
When we have conversations up here about public safety and crime and about how Jackson needs to improve upon that, if you actually don't help us by giving us the resources that we need, it seems as though we'll always be in this revolving door of having to deal with crime without the adequate resources that we need to actually pull down that crime.
Now, the failed override is also renewing concern around some lawmakers about the governor's ability to pick and choose which parts of a bill stay and which get cut. For now, those vetoes stand, and Jackson lawmakers say they'll look at trying again when the next session begins in January. Well, state investigators say a man who tried to set off an explosion near a courthouse on the coast was killed by sheriff's deputies who responded. MBI says the man first drove his truck through a fence at the Jackson County Courthouse in Pascagoula. He then parked by a large propane tank, and MBI says he tried to ignite multiple tanks in the back of the truck. When confronted by deputies, the man tried to run. That led to a shootout, and he was killed. That man, identified as 59-year-old David Ray Wyrick of Eden, North Carolina. No one else was hurt. Federal authorities are assisting with this investigation. In South Jackson, residents there say a sinkhole that's been a problem for years is only getting worse. They're worried someone could get hurt. Now, this is off of This is on Brookwood Place off Forest Hill Road. Residents say there's also foul-smelling water running into a nearby creek. They say they've reached out to both the past and current city administrations, but nothing substantial has been done about either problem. They say the city has only put up caution signs. In the meantime, they are left to watch kids and drivers navigate what they describe as a daily hazard.
We're looking at the cave-in of this road. There's a big dip. Actually, there is no soil underneath the pipes. And so we're looking at this hazard every day. I'm having to stop kids from even coming in here to play because someone can get killed here. And I cannot be a 24-hour watch on who's walking up and down this road.
Now, 3 on Your Side has asked the city about their complaints. A city spokesperson says a solution is in the works. The new water authority that will soon manage Jackson's water and sewer systems, if the city agrees to it and enters into that lease agreement, could be close to having its first board member. Officials over in Ridgeland say Mayor Gene McGee will soon decide and likely name his city's nominee at the Board of Aldermen meeting next week. According to the state legislation that created this authority, board members must be in place by the 1st of May. The 9-member board will include 3 appointees from Jackson, 3 from the governor, and 1 each from the lieutenant governor, the mayor of Ridgeland, and the mayor of Byram. The board will take over Jackson Water once the federal receivership ends. And again, that will only happen if the city agrees enters into this lease agreement. So the city still has the power to essentially say no to this water authority. Many are remembering the life of Dr. Clyde Muse. He served as president of Hines Community College for 42 years. Now, Dr. Muse was president of the college from 1978 until 2020. Current president Dr. Stephen Vasic still remembers the encouragement Dr. Muse gave him when he took on the role. Up and down the streets of Raymond, alumni as far back as the 1980s had memories of Dr. Muse's care for the campus and community. They all believe the entire region is better because of his leadership.
He was able to help bring all the communities together that we serve. We serve 5 counties, and we serve communities from Vicksburg all the way to Pelahatchie and Rankin County and everything in between. And so he knew how to talk to people if they were educated, if they were maybe perhaps not as educated, if they were from the rural or the city, young, rural.
Dr. Muse's visitation will be Monday inside Kane Cochran Hall on the Hines Community College campus in Raymond from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. A memorial service will follow. That is all the time we have for this edition of the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update for your Friday, April 17th. Hope you have a wonderful weekend in store. Our First Alert Weather Team will be in here at 2:30 to let you know how this weekend's weather is going to shape up. Some rain chances, but it shouldn't put a damper on too many of your plans, hopefully. And also our early evening newscasts start at 4 p.m. on air and online. For everyone here at WLBT, I'm CJ Lemaster, your lead investigative reporter and your host each and every weekday for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Happy weekend to you.